I owe almost $15,000. We've been paying on it for years. I'm not even kidding. And now I owe $15,000.
Have you ever thought about the fact that we in this country have been brainwashed for years? Did you go to college? Did you think that was the right thing to do? Did you take out student loans and apply for grants and do all these things to get the money to pay for this schooling that was very costly? I want you, as we move into this season of graduation, we're now in June of 2025, and a lot of high school kids are getting ready to graduate. But there's still a lot of people that believe that going into college and creating tons of debt is the answer. Listen to these people. I think you'll change your perspective.
What I wish I knew before borrowing a student loan. Number one, no degree is worth that amount of money. I went to the University of Connecticut. I had a good experience. I liked it. I loved my major. It was great. But the amount of money that I paid as an out-of-state student was absolutely obscene, and putting that into a loan at age 18 was wild. I don't regret it, but I wish I knew that it was absolutely not going to be worth it. Number two, your interest rate really freaking matters. I had no concept of what an interest rate was when I was 18 years old and borrowing tens of thousands of dollars to go to college. I wish I had actually sat down and done the projections to see how much my education was going to cost me, including the cost of interest on that loan. And number three, if you can make payments while in school, do it. My mom very graciously made payments on my loans that were like $25 a month while I was in school because that kind of covered the interest that was accruing. But even then, there's still a lot of interest that is accrued that I haven't been able to keep up with until now. So if you can't afford to make payments while in school, especially if it's on auto debit, so you can get that auto debit discount, definitely do it. It can lower your interest rate, and it can actually help you stay ahead on the interest that accrues.
Student loans are so fun, guys, because I got this one. The original amount was $11,000. And now I owe almost $15,000. We've been paying on it for years. I'm not even kidding. And now I owe $15,000. That's super cool. I'm so excited to pay this off for the rest of my life. I don't even have $150 a month to pay. I have no money. It's so fun. I love life.
You know, the crazy thing about watching this lady have a meltdown over debt, it's stressful. If you've been in a position where you've had a ton of bills and a ton of debt, and you don't know how you're going to pay that, and then you get some sort of notification or letter saying, hey, you owe us this much every month, it's stressful. And you know what's really sad is, like I said in the beginning, so many people have bought the lie that there's no way you can achieve anything in life unless you have a college degree. Now, I'm not 100% against college. Do I believe that a lot of it is a scam and that they're basically brainwashing our children with this liberal garbage? Yes, I do. But I also understand that you can learn some basics. You know, I don't agree with having to take a whole bunch of electives that you're not even interested in, like art class or some other stupid class. There's just a lot of things that they do that doesn't guarantee a job once you graduate, or even a reasonable way to be able to generate the income to pay off this debt. So it's sad watching that lady break down over her debt. And we need to start doing something better in this country to show people that there is another way. I've noticed that the trade trend is starting to take off, and you got more and more high school kids getting into plumbing, HVAC, electrical, and different trades. There's a lot of money to be made in those trades.
Put a finger down if you finally start to feel okay about life. You decide you want to buy a fucking house. The savings is looking good. The credit is looking good. And so then you apply to get a home. You get pre-approved for a nice little pretty penny. You start working a realtor. You start putting in fucking offers. And then boom, your credit score drop 173 points during the same month that your lease for your vehicle is also fucking expiring. And so then that means that I can't move forward with buying a house at the moment. I can't move forward with getting my fucking car taken care of. And all this happened because you went into a 90-day delinquency period with fucking horrible communication, no 30, no 60-day notice, just an email letting you know that you're a 90-day delinquent and then your whole fucking life is ruined and you just want to jump off a fucking bridge. But you got it figured out and you want a story time to show how I got the shit removed off my credit report.
Right. I graduated college 4 years ago. Okay. Since that day I graduated, I've been paying off my student loans, right? One of them in particular was like 11 grand. Obviously I had to do it for classes, and I go 4 years later onto my account to kind of see, like, what do I owe? I pay monthly on this thing. 11 grand. Okay, let's do the math. I look, my payoff quote is over $13,000. So no matter what I've been paying, I somehow now owe 2 grand more. Because the interest rates are so fucking high. Do you understand how impossible it is for somebody getting out of college to start a life with that much debt? Oh, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I was 18 years old getting into college. Like, it's just, our system is so fucked. And if you're in college, look at your interest rates and just start fucking scraping change, baby.
What's funny, listening to what she was saying, the reason we're stuck in this country is because this is what we have been taught. This is what society says is the way to do things. But they don't tell you up front that, yeah, you're going to have $50,000 to $100,000 of debt and you're going to have to pay this back. They don't tell you that. And like she said a second ago, 18-year-olds ain't thinking about interest. They ain't thinking about none of that. They just ready to go party, hang out with their friends, have some fun, the life experience, experiencing life away from mom and dad. That's all that's on their mind. And then reality hits them in the face once they get out and they're crying like that lady you saw a moment ago.
Let's talk about student loans, because that's a really hot topic right now. And I'm about to graduate dental school, so clearly I am going to have a lot of student loans. So I've been doing the exit interviews, which are kind of required for your federal loans, any other loans you do. And they basically just say, hey, you finished, congrats, BT dubs, you owe this amount starting in X amount of months for your payments, whatever. But they also kind of tell you stuff like if you go into default for missing a loan, if you need to defer the loans for whatever reason, other stuff like that. And part of the things it talks about is what happens if you don't pay it. And really interestingly, because everybody is like, oh, you chose to take those loans out, like, you need to pay them back, no loan forgiveness, whatever, blah, 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 whichever the side of fence you sit on. And when you file bankruptcy, I mean, you chose whatever loans, whatever stuff you did before that bankruptcy, but I don't know all the details about what's forgiven in bankruptcy or what happens with that. But one of the things that it states clearly is that student loans do not go away or anything if you file bankruptcy. And it's like, although everything else may be wiped away, student loans are not wiped away. So I just don't understand that. If somebody knows why, explain to me.
Do you have student loan debt?
Yes, I'd say maybe 15,000.
Do you have student loan debt?
Yeah.
Can I ask you how much student loan debt you have?
5-ish K that I would have to pay off soon. Like, it's not that bad yet because it's only first semester.
How much would you say you'll have towards the end of school?
Like, yeah, probably 50K.
Do you have student loan debt?
Yes.
How much student loan debt do you have?
Honestly, I would say I'm like pretty privileged in comparison to a lot of other people. Like, I have under 10,000, but I have friends that have 40,000, so
Yeah.
I can't complain.
Do you have student loan debt?
Oh god, I don't even know. I'm probably gonna take out like so much money.
How much do you think you would have to take out?
For another like 3 years, I guess I'm gonna take out like 60.
I'm in my second year of medical school, and this is my current student debt, $191,000, and it literally goes up by hundreds every single day. And I currently have $8 in my bank account. It's like about $100,000 a year. And I think just right now in my mind, it's not real money, because if I think of it that way, then I'm just gonna freak out every single day. So I honestly try not to think about it as much as I can and just trust. I also know there are a lot of like programs that you can enroll in now to try to help alleviate that debt, but I just think it's outrageous how we're paying them to do service jobs that so little people want to do. And this is the reason why they don't want to do them, because like you get into your career and then you have $500,000 of debt. Mind you, I'm going to accrue more than 200,000 by the end of this. It's like I'm paying to give up so many years of my life to work for free, to help other people who need it, to go to underserved areas. Like, I'm paying you to do that. If anything, there should just be no payment at all. But I'm like just trying not to stress about it, because if I think about it, then I'm just gonna freak out. So, yeah.
I was just sitting here contemplating about like how I'm gonna pay back all my student loans because still have not devised a plan that's gonna work for me yet. Because I was thinking, you know how like there's the SAVE plan, it's like the income-based repayment plan or whatever. So I signed up for that with my old job, not the one I have now, but with my old job, based on my income that I had then, my payment was gonna be like $40 a month, which I was like, hell yeah, now I can actually like afford to pay on this for the rest of my life. Like it'll be fine. Then I realized like that's not even gonna cut into like the interest that this shit's gonna accrue. So like, are they just trying to keep this over my head for the rest of my life? Like, devised a plan that's gonna work for me yet. Because I was thinking, you know how like there's the SAVE plan, it's like the income-based repayment plan or whatever. So I signed up for that with my old job, not the one I have now, but with my old job, based on my income that I had then, my payment was gonna be like $40 a month, which I was like, hell yeah, now I can actually like afford to pay on this for the rest of my life. Like it'll be fine. Then I realized like that's not even gonna cut into like the interest that this shit's gonna accrue. So like, are they just trying to keep this over my head for the rest of my life? Like why not just give me a job that can pay me enough to pay this, you know? Like why do we have to have all these SAVE plans and income-based tuition repayment? Like just make college cheaper. Like why do we have to come up with all these government funded programs that cut into tax dollars and that's going to keep me in debt for the rest of my life? Like that doesn't sound like a good solution to me. But like either pay more or make college cheaper.
But who went out and created the debt? It's so simple, right? Who went out and did that? You did.
On my way to work, once again, I'm in like $80,000 of student loan debt. Like, can someone just throw me a bone? Can someone just give me like a brand deal to help me pay off my debt? Because like I really can't, and I'll do it for any brand. Like what about Texas Instruments or something? Calculator? I'm a data scientist, I could do calculator. Crocs? I would rock the fuck out of Crocs. Yeah, the light at the end of the tunnel is getting very hard to see. Yeah.
In honor of me graduating college this week, I was like, you know what? We're going to rip the Band-Aid off. We're going to check our student loan debt. And I kind of had a ballpark range. Like I knew how much I owed, not down to like the exact dollar amount. I'm the type of person who gets nervous to check their bank account after a weekend out. So I took a look. I took a hard gander at exactly how much money I owe. I'm going to die with it. Like I can confidently say there wasn't even like a panic. It was just like my heart sank to my ass. I'm going to die with it. Like I don't know any way I'm going to be able to pay that off, other than selling my organs on the black market. This is why I don't understand why people shit on sugar babies, because like I could get this all paid off tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow, but you know what I mean, like within the year. If I just found a rich man and everyone's like, patriarchy, don't work for them. Ask not what you can do for the patriarchy, but what the patriarchy can do for you. If it benefits me, then maybe it's not the patriarchy, maybe it's just a helping hand.
I have hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt. I'm a second-year law student, and I thought that I would use this degree to help people, but I quickly realized that it's impossible to help people if you are drowning in student loan debt. So I'm making this video because I believe anything is possible with God and with people. I know that my life could change within one day, and I really want to use social media to pay off my loan so that I can actually do something useful. I want to be able to use my degree to actually help people and change their lives. The only way to make that happen is if I can pay off my student loans. So I'm praying for a miracle, but if you see this video, please comment, like, follow, anything. I really want to pay off my student loans. I have a lot of them, and if there's any content that anybody wants me to push out, law school, advocacy, literally anything, I will do anything. I'm willing to work for this. This isn't something that I am just asking to be handed to me, but I am advocating for myself, because if I want to advocate for other people once I graduate, then I have to be able to advocate for myself first. So thank you so much in advance.
When I was 18 years old, I decided I wanted to go to art school in New York City, and I took out a student loan for over $100,000 for a bachelor's degree in sculpture. And what have I done with that degree? I own 2 businesses. I have a gift shop where I stock artist designed goods, and I am the founder of Career Claws, my career themed hair claw line. Sculpture is fancy for manufacturing, okay? finance and art is just such a stigmatized conversation that I would rather be honest about my situation than to get on here and pretend to be some huge influencer or like I'm living lavish. I'm not. I come from a middle-class family in Louisiana. Here's the thing. I don't regret my degree. I don't regret those 4 years at Pratt. Made me the artist I am today. But it didn't make me the professional I am today. I have the businesses that I do because I'm an entrepreneur at heart. After years of owning my 2 businesses and grinding, I even had the privilege of thinking about what life looks like post debt payoff. But I'm excited for it, and it's on here and pretend to be some huge influencer or like I'm living lavish. I'm not. I come from a middle-class family in Louisiana. Here's the thing. I don't regret my degree. I don't regret those 4 years at Pratt. Made me the artist I am today. But it didn't make me the professional I am today. I have the businesses that I do because I'm an entrepreneur at heart. After years of owning my 2 businesses and grinding, I am almost done, y'all. I haven't even had the privilege of thinking about what life looks like post debt payoff, but I'm excited for it, and it's coming sooner than I thought it would. I don't regret my degree. I regret the price tag. I regret spending as much as I did. I am financially traumatized. That's the best way I can describe what this level of debt has done to me, especially from someone who I don't have a bailout. There's no one that can come save me. I would simply go bankrupt. Now, I'm not here to give you a sob story. Again, I just want to be honest about my situation. Yeah, if 2,000 people place an order for a hair claw, then I'll be out.
I cannot stand it when people are debating student loan forgiveness and that one person goes, we should not forgive student loans because it is unfair to the millions of hardworking Americans like myself that work so hard to pay off those loans. Okay, what kind of argument is that? This might be extreme, but to me that's just like saying we should not have outlawed slavery because it's unfair to the millions of blacks that were on the plantation picking cotton. Like, okay, because you had it hard, you don't want other people to have it a little easier in the future? Is that what you're saying? Okay, Buki.
So in that regard, I hear his little argument, but here's my thing. If you're going to forgive student loan debt, which I don't think is a thing anymore now that Donald Trump's in office, which I'm kind of glad he is. If you're going to forgive student loan debt, the people that paid and struggled and fought and scratched and clawed to pay their debt off so they can be debt free, reimburse them. That would be fair.
I have student loans that total just over $1 million.
You're kidding me.
And no, sir.
What were you thinking?
Well, I wasn't thinking clearly. So I've sat down and calculated my interest rates, and my interest is about $5,800 a month. So my fiance and we're trying to decide what's the best way to try to attack this.
When are you getting married?
April.
Okay. And what will you be making as an orthodontist?
About $250.
Okay. And what does she do, and what will she be making?
We actually just opened up an office, and she works in the office, so she's not taking any income out of the office.
This is such an extreme situation. Your income is extreme, and your debt is extreme, that you have to be very, very careful to just act like you're a broke college student because you are a broke orthodontist.
Right.
And so that means you guys aren't going on vacations. You're not buying a house. You're not leasing a new BMW. You're not going to a restaurant. You have $1 million. I can't even say it out loud. I can't breathe. $1 million in student loan debt. It gives me an anxiety attack, and it's not even my debt. But the horrible news is that ridiculous figure. The wonderful news is you have great income potential and a great income right now. So you cannot relax.
Right. So
you have to cut as deeply as you can cut.
Right.
And so be dialing your taxes in. I don't want you to get behind on taxes, but other than taxes and food and water, and electricity. I really want everything else just going on student loan debt. The good news is you've got a great shovel and you have a great bright future with your income potential. And, that gets you out of this. It's not a reason to get into it, but it does get you out of it. It gives you hope for your future.
I don't know why anyone would take out student loans. You could just go into a trade. I'm in the trades. I got a house. I got a truck. I don't got any student loans. My dude, you are working 80 hours a week and you are literally always experiencing pain. You are not winning. We are all losing. What are you going to do if you get hurt at work tomorrow? Are you under the impression that disability is going to pay for your car note and your mortgage? Do you think that you're going to get enough disability to continue living life the way you have been? Because you won't. No one should have to work 40 hours a week in today's day and age. There's no reason, let alone 60 to 80 hours a week, breaking your body for not enough money, I guarantee you. Sure, you might not have student loans, but you are paying with your physical body and your time. So yeah, a lot of us are saddled with student debt and will be working forever to try to pay it off. You are also saddled with the debt of being alive in America. You will be working until you die, but the thing is, in the trades, you will probably statistically die sooner and in a far greater degree of pain than anyone else.